2025 is here, and this is your year to rise. It's not the year for excuses. It's not the year for half-hearted attempts. This is the year to get committed fully, fiercely, and unapologetically. Because let me tell you something, success doesn't happen to those who dabble. It happens to those who decide, who lock in, and who do the work every single day. You've got dreams, big ones. You've got ambitions that could shake the ground you walk on. But here's the truth, dreams without commitment are just fantasies. You've got to wake up every morning with fire in your belly and steel in your spine. Because the reality is, no one is coming to save you. No one is going to hand you the life you want. It's up to you. You've got to show up when it's hard. You've got to show up when it's inconvenient. You've got to show up even when no one is watching. That's the price of greatness. Do you know what separates the winners from everyone else? The winners don't need conditions to be perfect. They just get up and go. They get up and grind. Discomfort? Bring it on. Challenges? Let's go. Those are just stepping stones to your breakthrough. Stop waiting for the perfect time. Stop waiting for motivation to strike. Motivation is fleeting. Discipline, that's what gets you through the days you don't feel like it. And let me tell you, those are the days that count the most. Every day is an opportunity to close the gap between where you are and where you want to be. What are you doing with that opportunity? Are you scrolling? Are you procrastinating? Or are you attacking the day like your life depends on it? Because guess what? It does. You have to know your why. Why are you doing this? Why does it matter? When you get clear on your why, nothing can stop you. Your purpose becomes your power. And when that power kicks in, excuses lose their grip on you. You stop negotiating with yourself. You stop saying, I'll do it tomorrow. There is no tomorrow. There's only right now. Here's what I want you to do. Set a goal so big it scares you. Make it so audacious that you have no choice but to evolve into someone stronger, smarter, and more disciplined to achieve it. Then break it down. Small wins every day build unstoppable momentum. And remember, you're not in this alone. Surround yourself with people who challenge you, who demand more from you. Get around those who are playing life at a higher level because their energy will pull you up. Accountability isn't just a nice to have, it's a must. This is your moment. This is your year. Get committed. Show up every single day. And when you feel like stopping, when you feel like you've done enough, remember that someone else is out there working while you rest. Someone else is going harder. Let that fuel you. Let that push you to keep going. Commitment is where it all begins. It's the spark that ignites the fire. Without it, you're just going through the motions, dabbling in possibilities instead of dominating your reality. Commitment isn't about saying you want something. It's about declaring that you'll have it no matter what. It's drawing a line in the sand and saying, this is who I am and this is where I'm going. Think about it. How many people start with excitement but fade at the first sign of resistance? They lack the one thing that separates dreamers from achievers: unshakable commitment. Commitment means there's no plan B. It means burning the boats so retreat isn't an option. It's standing firm when the winds of doubt and fear try to knock you down. When you're truly committed, everything changes. Your focus sharpens, your energy intensifies, and your actions become aligned with your vision. Commitment transforms your goals from a maybe to a must. It forces you to find solutions instead of excuses. It makes you resilient because failure is no longer an end, it's just a stepping stone. The moment you commit, life meets you halfway. Doors you thought were locked suddenly swing open. Resources you didn't know existed start showing up. The universe responds to bold, relentless commitment. But here's the kicker: it has to be real, not conditional, not half-hearted, full, unwavering, all-in commitment. That's when the magic happens. That's when you stop wishing for success and start owning it. Success isn't built on ideas alone, it's built on action, not occasional action. Not when I feel like it action, daily, consistent, relentless action. If you're serious about your goals, then showing up every single day isn't optional, it's a requirement. It's the price you pay for greatness. Think about the power of momentum. One day of effort isn't enough to move the needle, but compound that effort over weeks, months, and years, and you create unstoppable momentum. Every action you take is a brick, and those bricks build the foundation of your success. You miss a day, and it's like leaving a gap in the wall. Gaps weaken the structure. Gaps are where mediocrity creeps in. But here's the thing, some days you're not going to feel like it. You'll be tired, you'll be distracted. That's when daily action matters most. Because the difference between winners and everyone else is simple: winners act regardless of how they feel. They don't let their mood dictate their moves. They don't negotiate with their excuses. They understand that consistency beats intensity every time. When you commit to daily action, you send a powerful signal to yourself and the world: I am serious about my goals. Small steps, repeated day after day, create extraordinary results. It's not about doing everything at once. It's about doing something every single day that moves you closer to the life you want. Because when action becomes non-negotiable, success becomes inevitable. Excuses are the silent killers of dreams. They sneak in disguised as reasons, but let's call them what they really are: lies we tell ourselves to justify staying comfortable. Excuses are the enemy because they keep you stuck. They let you settle for less when you're capable of so much more. And think about it, every time you make an excuse, you're giving away your power. You're saying, this obstacle is bigger than me, when the truth is, you're bigger than any obstacle. Excuses let fear win. They let doubt win. They let mediocrity creep in and take over. But here's the truth, you can't have excuses and results. You have to choose. The most dangerous thing about excuses is how convincing they can sound. I don't have time, I'm not ready yet, I'll start tomorrow. Sound familiar? Those aren't reasons, they're stories you've created to avoid discomfort. But discomfort is where growth happens. It's where transformation begins. The moment you stop making excuses, everything changes. You start finding solutions instead of problems. You stop blaming circumstances and take full ownership of your life. Ownership is power, it's freedom. It's saying, no matter what happens, I'm in control and I will find a way. So every time you catch yourself making an excuse, stop and ask, is this excuse worth giving up my dream for? Because every excuse costs you time, momentum, and progress. The sooner you destroy them, the sooner you can unleash the greatness within you. Discomfort is the birthplace of growth. It's where transformation happens. Yet so many people spend their lives avoiding it, staying safe in their comfort zones, wondering why they're not moving forward. The truth is simple. If you want to achieve something extraordinary, you have to be willing to embrace discomfort. Think about the moments in your life when you grew the most. Were they easy? Of course not. Growth doesn't come from doing what you already know, what's already familiar, or what feels safe. It comes from pushing beyond your limits, stepping into the unknown, and taking on challenges that stretch you. Discomfort isn't your enemy, it's your greatest ally. When you avoid discomfort, you're not avoiding pain, you're avoiding progress. Every workout that burns, every late night spent chasing your goals, every difficult conversation you'd rather avoid, that's the price of becoming stronger, smarter, better. Discomfort is where the magic happens. Stop running from it, lean into it. When you feel fear, doubt, or uncertainty creeping in, don't retreat. Instead, see it as a signal that you're on the right path. Because discomfort isn't there to stop you, it's there to prepare you, to toughen you up, to show you what you're really made of. Every time you embrace discomfort, you're training yourself to become resilient, to rise higher, to achieve more than you ever thought possible. And when you make peace with discomfort, there's nothing that can stand in your way. Your mindset is the control center of your life. Every decision, every action, every result you achieve starts with a single thought. If you don't control your mindset, the world will. And let me tell you, the world is full of negativity, doubt, and distractions waiting to pull you off course. That's why mastering your mindset isn't optional, it's essential. The way you think determines the way you feel. The way you feel drives the way you act. And the way you act creates the life you live. It all starts in your mind. If your thoughts are focused on fear, failure, or excuses, guess what? That's exactly what you'll attract. But if your thoughts are rooted in possibility, strength, and resilience, there's no limit to what you can achieve. You can't control every circumstance, but you can control how you respond to them. That's the power of mindset. It's about choosing gratitude over frustration, solutions over problems, and action over paralysis. When challenges arise, a strong mindset doesn't crumble, it adapts, learns, and grows. Feed your mind with positivity every day. Surround yourself with people who lift you higher. Replace limiting beliefs with empowering ones. Train your brain to see opportunity in every obstacle and potential in every setback. When you control your mindset, you take back your power. You become unshakable, unstoppable, and capable of creating the life you want, because it all begins with the way you think. Your why is your fuel. It's the driving force behind every action you take and every goal you set. Without a clear and powerful why, you'll lose your way when things get tough, and they will get tough. Obstacles will show up, doubt will creep in, but a strong why will keep you moving forward when everything else tries to hold you back. Your why isn't just about what you want, it's about why it matters. It's not surface level, it's deep, emotional, and personal. It's the thing that gets you out of bed when you'd rather stay under the covers. It's the reason you push harder, dig deeper, and refuse to quit when others would. Take a moment to ask yourself, why do you want what you want? Why does it matter? Maybe it's to create a better life for your family, to prove to yourself that you're capable of greatness, or to leave a legacy that inspires others. Whatever it is, your why needs to be so big, so compelling, that it lights a fire inside you. When your why is clear, excuses don't stand a chance. Distractions lose their power. Fear becomes irrelevant. A strong why gives you clarity, focus, and unstoppable drive. It turns I'll try into I will. So it transforms effort into commitment. Because when you define your why, you don't just work harder, you work with purpose. And when you have purpose, nothing can stand in your way. Audacious goals are the heartbeat of transformation. If your goals don't excite you and scare you at the same time, you're aiming too small. Playing it safe doesn't create greatness, it keeps you stuck in the ordinary. To break free, you have to set goals so big, so bold, that they force you to become more than you are right now. When you set audacious goals, you ignite a fire within yourself. They challenge you, stretch you, and demand that you rise to a higher level. Small goals don't inspire action, they don't move the needle. But big goals, they create urgency, they create energy, they pull you forward because you know achieving them will change your life. Audacious goals force you to think differently. They require new strategies, stronger discipline, and relentless focus. They take you out of your comfort zone and into the realm of possibility, where growth happens. Here's the beauty of it: even if you fall short, you'll still achieve more than you ever would have by playing small. Don't let fear or doubt shrink your vision. Fear is just the voice of past limitations trying to hold you back. Silence it by declaring what you want and then going after it with everything you've got. Set goals that make people question your sanity. Goals that force you to evolve into the person who can achieve them. Because when you aim for the extraordinary, you create a life worth celebrating. Momentum is one of the most powerful forces you can harness in life. When you've got it, nothing feels impossible. You're in flow, you're unstoppable, and every action you take seems to propel you forward faster and faster. But here's the secret: momentum doesn't just show up, you create it. Momentum starts with small, consistent actions. It's the first step, the first win, the first breakthrough that sets everything in motion. That's why starting is so important. Even if it's messy, even if it's imperfect, just take action. Because the moment you move, you generate energy, and energy fuels momentum. Think of a snowball rolling down a hill. It starts small, but as it keeps moving, it grows bigger and gains speed. That's exactly how momentum works in your life. The more you show up and put in the work, the more progress you make. And progress is addictive. It builds confidence, fuels motivation, and keeps you coming back for more. But momentum isn't permanent. If you stop, it stops. That's why consistency is key. Even on days when you don't feel like it, take one step forward. One action, no matter how small, keeps the ball rolling. And here's the beauty: momentum doesn't just help you achieve your goals, it transforms who you are. It makes you stronger, faster, and more resilient. Harness it, protect it, and watch how it carries you to levels you once thought were impossible. Accountability is the secret weapon of high performers. It's the force that keeps you moving when motivation fades, the pressure that drives you to deliver even when you don't feel like it. Here's the truth: if you want to achieve extraordinary things, you need people in your life who will hold you to a higher standard, who will demand more from you, who will make sure you keep your promises, especially the promises you make to yourself. When you leverage accountability, you're no longer in alone. You have someone who believes in you, who checks in on your progress, who pushes you to stay focused when life tries to pull you off track. It's easy to let yourself down, but it's a whole different ball game when someone else is watching. That external pressure is the fuel that keeps you going, even on the toughest days. Accountability forces you to take ownership. It forces you to show up even when it's inconvenient. It's the difference between dreaming and doing. It's what separates the people who talk about their goals from the ones who actually achieve them. Find people who challenge you, who support your vision, and who will not let you settle for mediocrity. Surround yourself with individuals who are on the same path of growth and achievement, people who will remind you of your potential when you forget it. And if you don't have that circle yet, create it. Because when you're accountable to others, you're accountable to your highest self, and that's when everything changes. Motivation is fleeting. It's like a spark that can ignite a fire but doesn't sustain it. The real power lies in discipline. Discipline is the bedrock of success. It's the force that keeps you going when the initial excitement wears off, when the world gets tough, and when your energy is running low. Motivation might get you started, but discipline is what carries you through to the finish line. When you celebrate discipline, you're embracing consistency, persistence, and commitment. It's the understanding that the work doesn't stop just because you don't feel like it. It's showing up every single day, doing what needs to be done, even when the thrill of the goal is faded. Discipline isn't about waiting for the perfect moment to act. It's about acting regardless of how you feel in the moment. The people who succeed aren't the ones who are always motivated. They are the ones who understand that success is a daily grind. They don't rely on motivation to get them through. They rely on their habits, their routines, and their unyielding commitment to their vision. Celebrate your ability to keep going when the road gets tough. Celebrate your ability to do the work even when no one is watching. Because discipline is the difference between wishing for success and achieving it. When you build the habit of discipline, you build a life that's unstoppable, a life where success is inevitable. Now is the time to stop waiting for the right moment, for the perfect conditions, or for motivation to strike. The life you want, the success you dream about, it's available to you right now. But it starts with a decision. A decision to commit, to act, and to keep going no matter what. This is your moment to rise, to break free from mediocrity, and to step into your full potential. Understand that success isn't something that happens by chance. It's created by the choices you make, the actions you take, and the mindset you cultivate every single day. Don't just dream about the life you want, live it. Get committed to your vision, take action relentlessly, and when obstacles come, embrace them. Use them to fuel your growth. You are in control. Your future is in your hands. You have the power to create the life you've always wanted, but it starts now, not tomorrow, not next week, right now. So what are you going to do? Are you ready to go all in? Are you ready to push past your limits, embrace discomfort, and make excuses irrelevant? Are you ready to take charge of your life and go after everything you deserve? The time is now. Get committed. Show up every day. and make 2025 the year you turn your dreams into reality.